Stop crying. Tears don't pay the interest, and on the battlefield, they only serve to blur your vision before the coup de grace. You're sitting there, paralyzed, staring at a pile of bills like they're live grenades with the pins pulled. Your problem isn't a lack of cash. Your problem is that you're a coward who got addicted to the comfort of a life that was never yours. You sold your soul for plastic status, and now that the card is declined, you feel like your manhood's been stripped away. You aren't afraid of starving. You're terrified people will find out you're a fraud. In war, a bluff lasts exactly until the first shell hits, and your shelling just started. The bank doesn't want your money. They want your spirit. They want you waking up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat, feeling like a piece of human garbage because you can't sustain a lie. Look at your situation through a sniper's scope. You're surrounded, out of ammo. Comms are dark, and the enemy is closing in. What's the move? Do you surrender and accept the fate of a POW, humiliated and forgotten? Or do you accept that your old life is dead and start fighting with your bare hands? Most of you prefer social death over the humiliation of admitting you failed. You keep digging your own grave with a golden shovel, taking new loans to pay the old ones. That's not a strategy. It's assisted suicide. A real soldier knows when a position is lost. He retreats, blows the bridge, and regroups in the shadows. If you aren't willing to sell the car, move into a 10x10 room, and eat dirt to survive, you've already lost. You're not a warrior. You're an extra waiting for the writer to kill you off. Smell the fear. It's acidic. It rots your brain. As long as you're worried about what they'll think, you're broadcasting your GPS coordinates to the enemy. Financial ruin is the ultimate test of your substance. Without the money, what's left of you? If the answer is nothing, then you were never a man, just a lucky consumer. The noose is tightening. Those collection letters? Those are PSYOPs leaflets dropped over your trenches to break your morale. Surrender and the rates will drop, they say. Lies. They'll drain every drop of your dignity unless you draw a line in the sand right now. Forget the American dream. Forget the white picket fence they sold you in the commercials. We are under siege. In a war economy, the only thing that matters is operational survival. You need clarity, not hope. Hope is a drug that keeps you pinned down while the enemy flanks you. I don't want you to have hope. I want you to have hate. Hate for your own weakness. Hate for your laziness. Hate for leaving your life in the hands of account managers who don't even know your name. Use that hate to steady your aim. The collapse already happened. The roof is gone. Now, stop trying to hold up the beams with your hands and learn to crawl through the rubble. If you're still breathing, the unit is still active. But from now on, the rules have changed. No more rights, only duties. No more wants, only needs. Welcome to rock bottom. This is where we launch the bloodiest counterattack of your life. Wipe your face. Reload what's left. This next phase isn't about making money. It's about taking your dignity back from the people who thought they could buy you. Ego is a luxury you can't afford in the trench. If you want out of the hole, the first thing you do is incinerate your social image. A retreating army trying to carry gold statues gets slaughtered on the road. Your finances are that army. You're carrying dead weight. Listen, in war, there is operational and there is disposable. Your Netflix sub? Disposable. Your elite data plan? Disposable. That 7 gourmet coffee you buy to feel like you still have class? That's a bullet in your own foot. Under siege, dignity doesn't come from consumption. It comes from survival and resistance. If you're in debt and still paying for entertainment, you're a traitor to your own cause. You're funding your distractions with the blood of your future. A sniper knows every ounce of weight in his pack drains his combat energy. Your mission now is a total strip down. Look at your fixed costs like moving targets. If it doesn't keep you alive, productive, or protected, terminate it. If you need to sell the truck and take the bus to stop paying predatory interest, you do it tomorrow. Oh, but what will they say at the office? At the office, they'll see a man who owns his destiny instead of a slave, working to keep a hunk of metal in the driveway. Guerrilla logistics require zero-base budgeting. At the start of every month, every cent that comes in gets a marching order. If a penny is left over, it gets lost in the fog of war and wasted on BS. You don't spend what's left after paying bills. You secure what's needed to survive and use everything else to attack the most aggressive debt. This is the concentrated fire tactic. Amateurs try to pay 10 debts at once, spreading their fire and dropping 0 targets. A sniper picks one target, the most lethal, the highest interest, the one threatening your infrastructure. You dump every bit of capital there. You ignore the others if you have to, but that target must fall. When it drops, you use the leftover ammo for the next one. It's a chain reaction. That's how you retake territory, yard by yard, house by house. Learn to live in silent mode. The enemy, the banks, the collectors, the system thrives on your noise, your desperation, your kneeling. Stop begging. Start dictating terms through your austerity. When you stop consuming, you stop giving them power. Your biggest weapon is your no. No to the dinner invite. No to the phone upgrade. No to any expense that doesn't stabilize the perimeter. Remember, in 1942, in besieged cities, men traded gold watches for a crust of bread. They understood real value when the world collapsed. Your financial world has collapsed. Stop acting like the watch is still worth something. What matters now is your ability to operate on the absolute minimum. This phase will hurt. It will be lonely. Your bar friends will vanish when the rounds stop flowing. Good. That's a field clearing. You don't need parasites when you're rebuilding a fortress. You need focus. You need silence. Your labor is your only ammo factory. If you're in the hole, an 8-hour shift is for civilians. A soldier at war operates 16, 18 hours if necessary. Find the overtime, hit the side hustles, do whatever it takes to increase capital production. There is no undignified work for a man fighting for his freedom. The only indignity is being a passive prisoner. Prepare for the long winter. Rebuilding doesn't happen in a week. It's a test of patience and precision. Every dollar saved is a position defended. Every debt killed is an enemy downed. Keep your sights low and your breathing controlled. The logistics are set. Now we move to the offensive. Survival is just phase 1. If you stay on the defensive, the enemy will eventually find a gap. The best defense is a devastating offense. Now that you've stopped the bleeding, now that you've cut the fat and learned to live with the cold steel of necessity, it's time to take back what's yours, your sovereignty. In war, victory doesn't go to the one with the most resources at the start, but to the one with the strongest will to fight. The financial market, the debts, the poverty, these are psychological entities. They feed on your submission. When you decide you're no longer prey, the game flips. You've started stacking small wins. That bill paid, that cash in the bank that used to evaporate. That's not just money, that's conquered terrain. Treat every dollar saved like a soldier now working for you. In the beginning, you have a small, poorly equipped platoon. But with Spartan discipline, that platoon grows. The secret to wealth on the battlefield is territorial retention. Amateurs earn and spend. Warriors earn and fortify. You will keep living in war mode even when the numbers turn green. Why? Because you don't just want to pay the bills. You want to build a wall so high that no bank or crisis can ever threaten your family's peace again. The faith you lost shouldn't be placed in money, but in your ability to execute. Money is a mercenary. It works for whoever is strongest and most disciplined. If you are weak, it will desert you at the first opportunity. If you are a sniper, it will stay motionless under your command. Look back. See the man you were a few months ago. That trembling slave to bank notifications. He's dead. You killed him in the trench of austerity. The man standing here today was forged in the fire of scarcity. You now have something no heir or lottery winner has: financial intelligence scars. You know the value of 0, so you will know the value of 1,000,000. Don't stop now. Prosperity is the most dangerous phase of war because that's when a soldier lowers his guard. Stay vigilant. Keep operating with precision. The world will try to seduce you again with mediocre comfort, but you now know the freedom that comes from discipline. Listen close, because here is your marching order for day 0. You're going to turn off this video and face the beast. Now, the blacklist. Get a pen. Write down the name of every enemy, creditor, and the exact amount of ammo they took from you. Don't ignore a single cent. A sniper knows every inch of the terrain. Ego execution. Identify one thing today you keep just to look rich and get rid of it. Sell it, cancel it, destroy it. Use that resource to drop the closest target. The vow of silence. You will not complain about the economy to anyone. Complaining is noise that gives away your position. Work in absolute silence. Let the results be your only scream. As of today, you are no longer a victim of the economy. You are the commander of your own recovery. If you understand the mission, drop a comment. Position reclaimed. This is a blood pact with your new reality. The siege is over. The hunt has begun. Out and execute.